me and my wife were in Florida, and got approached by a guy in a grocery store. I had a Gate City shirt on, and he walked up and he was like, "Oh, Gate City." He said, "Do you know Mike and Zach?" I'm like, "Oh yeah,
really?
Yeah, know them well." So, that's who we've been associated with for the last couple of years. But before that, it was the Rogers brothers and the Godseys that played at Tennessee, and the Wolf brothers, and there's so many families and so many big names. It's hard to mention. I was looking back through a couple of articles today, and they had one in the Bristol paper on Josh Shoemaker.
Yep.
It was really interesting. I had one on Coach Fry, and it was it's hard to pick somebody out, in our sports lore, that stands out.
I got to play with a few of them on the next level. Talking about Barry and Josh, which ended up at Emory and Henry, and some good times and good players. That's for sure. So everybody, make sure you make plans to come out again. Starting maybe around 5 o'clock. Everybody come in.
5 o'clock, we'll be ready. We'll have a tent set up. You can get if it is raining or out of the weather, you be able to sit down, and we're going to have chairs and tables, and everything set up. So
we'll probably set up a table as well and be there to broadcast. And like I said, we'll have some interviews and try to talk to some folks.
You ought to have some good stories. I mean, there's going to
be some great stories, and again, we look forward to it as well as a great night of football. So we'll take a quick break here. Appreciate you coming down and talking to us a little bit, and if there's anything we can ever do for you, let us know. But
Thank you.
We'll definitely be seeing you there on Friday night. So
you guys have been a big asset for us. Thank you.
Appreciate you very much.
Well, we appreciate that.
Yes, sir.
And as I just want to throw this out real quick, I coach baseball in my school, and the smaller programs like that have a hard time because we don't have a lot of direct revenue coming in, and the boosters are totally what keeps programs like that afloat.
Oh, yes.
So, I think speaking for the basketball track coaches, that sort of thing, we really do appreciate what the boosters do, because that allows those teams to be able to be competitive as well.
Right. And I'll tell you one thing that's been really exciting this year is looking in the stands and seeing all the home sides being full, and football's our revenue sport. It's the bell cow for what we have to have, and it's been so good to see the community get back behind their football program and the kids, and I know it's been a huge part of their success, and I know the coaches really appreciate it, and it really fires them up. So.
There's nothing like it. And so with that said, we'll take a quick break, come back. Again, we've got scores, highlights from around the region. We've got the Gate City football players coming in. A lot more here on the Blue Devil Weekly radio show. Again, you're listening to the home of Blue Devil Sports. This is Gate City Sports Radio.
Dedicated to a lifetime of serving others, Maria Calabro continues her pledge to help the residents of Scott County as she is running to become supervisor in District 2 this November. Proudly calling Scott County home all of her life, Maria has studied, worked, and gained valuable experiences by helping not only those in our area, but all across the country and even the world. Maria looks to put her wealth of knowledge and experience to work for Scott County to build infrastructure, create jobs, and help make Scott County a better place to live, work, and raise a family. This November, the candidate in District 2 you need to know is Calabro. Please follow her on Facebook and support her in the general election. Paid for by Maria Supervisor.
Everyone talks about health care, right? Well, now you can take charge by attending a free health fair on Tuesday the 29th from 1 till 3 p.m. at Elmcroft of Johnson City. Experts from the healthcare industry will be on hand to talk with attendees. Walgreens will be there for this year's flu shots, and plenty of prizes and refreshments as well. Learn more and tour Elmcroft while you're there. Elmcroft of Johnson City, 406 East Mountain View Road, and online at elmcroft.com.
With the qualifications we need for Scott County Sheriff, candidate Greg McMurray has the law enforcement experience and ideas that you can believe in. His philosophy is simple: focus on the issues. He believes in transparency within the Sheriff's Office, proper patrolling throughout the entire county, and developing innovative programs like he did while serving with the Bristol Police Department by establishing and developing the Community Police Program. Greg also has the needed experience in supervising large workforces and staffs as he did in the private sector. He is asking for your support this November to become the Scott County Sheriff we need now and into the future. Greg McMurray is a lifelong resident of Scott County and thanks you in advance for your support this fall. Paid for by Greg McMurray Sheriff.
You are listening to the home of Blue Devil Sports. This is Gate City Sports Radio.
And we're back here live from the Campus Drive-In in Gate City. Again, previewing a little bit about the ball game coming up on Friday night. Gate City and Y Central as the Blue Devils do conclude the regular season. Of course, they have locked in a position in the VHSL playoffs coming up. We'll talk about that in just a little bit. But anyway, let's talk a little bit about what happened, though, last Friday night from Southwest Virginia and Northeast Tennessee. Some good ball games, some upsets, some things went off the rails. Chris?
This is going to hurt.
Talk about the first one that went off the rails.
Well, I've opened up with the Dobyns-Bennett report all season long, so I'm going to man up and do it again. The Dobyns-Bennett was upset.
They lost the V, by the way.
No,
there was a prince. There was a.
They still have the number 1 seed right now.
But they bet the V on the game, so now we have to say the Science Hill.
No, I will walk out of here. Cheeseburger in hand.
Protest. All right, sorry.
That's all right. Dobyns-Bennett was upset by Science Hill 23-17.
What was the score again?
23-17.
Okay.
Connor Batchelder was 20 of 32 for 204 yards and a touchdown. Cade Hensley, he won the game, plain and simple. Nailed 3 field goals. One was a 48-yarder and one was a school record 50-yarder. 2 of those, 6 points. That's what they won by. DB actually outgained the Hilltoppers 320 to 215 total yards. They drove down to the Science Hill 29-yard line with 2 minutes to go. Then had 2 motion penalties, backed them up 10 yards. They couldn't convert. End of the ball game. This week, DB goes to Alcoa. That's not going to be any easier. Oh. And Science Hill goes to Bearden. That's not going to be any easier. Bright spot for Tribe fans, though, the Alcoa game's non-conference. Bearden game is for Science Hill. So, bottom line, right now, Dobyns-Bennett, Science Hill tied for first. First time maybe in my life I'm pulling for Bearden to win this ball game.
Of course, like I said, great ball game, and we knew it was going to be. And we even talked about that. The kicking game, 2 of the top kickers in Northeast Tennessee is from Dobyns-Bennett and Science Hill. And it, like you said, that's what was the difference. And when you get into the playoffs, that's kind of what happens. And
well, my dad was actually at the game and was texting me updates, and that 48-yarder happened. And then it wasn't just a couple minutes later he hit the 50-yarder. So that was back-to-back, and that was all the scoring.
Of course, we thought about that with the when we were at Richlands with Levi Forrest, that he could, he was automatic 3 points anywhere that, if they were on our side of the field. So, but anyway, we're going to suspend.
Oh, you just wanted to get that one out of the way, didn't you?
Yeah, we just.
Thank you, Joe. Appreciate that.
We really don't. Nobody cares about that, about those guys. But anyway. We've got some more important things going on here.
I will give you that.
Yes, indeed. We've got some Blue Devils that have come into the house. We've got Coach House, right? Coach, how are you, first of all?
I'm doing pretty good. Appreciate you having us.
And who'd you bring with you tonight?
We got John Sally, Kurt Gibson, and Logan Davidson.
Guys, appreciate you coming out, talking to us a little bit on this beautiful day we've had. As Coach, we'll start with you. A little bit about that John Battle game. It was first time talking about the rain. We played in a little bit of precipitation. Talk about the game, though, general, and your thoughts.
First, you got to give Battle some credit. They came out and they got after us pretty good. I think, my personal opinion, I don't think we were mentally ready to go. Defensively, we busted a few coverages. Offensively, we weren't getting off the football early on like we have been the past few weeks. But these guys, they got it together, and we got the win, and I was pretty happy that they were able to bounce back from a slow start. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and John, talking about defensively, which was good to see. You all forced it's the fourth touchdown in the 3-game winning streak on either defense or special teams, and of course you took that fumble back. What did you see defensively from John Battle? That, like you said, were you all just maybe a little bit flat-footed, or what did y'all think? And then how did you adjust and move and get the win?
I don't know. I mean, to be honest, we just kind of tried to force everything to the middle and kind of clog that up and just stop it whenever it did go to the middle and keep our outside containment and just try to force everything to our linebackers and our tackles and let them kind of make some tackles, make some plays, and that's about it.
Well, John, I was wanting to ask you, did anybody happen to clock you in the 40 when you picked up that fumble? Because I'm pretty sure that would have been going towards a state record there. I've never seen you move that fast down a basketball court.
Did you think anybody was behind you?
Do it.
Did you think anybody was behind you?
Yeah, I felt somebody tackle kind of lunge at me, and I don't know. I just kind of had to get on my horse and go.
I wonder if maybe we should put some goalposts behind the backboard.
I had to mute him because he kept saying, "Run, Forrest, run!" But so because you were getting it down through there.
Large sweet tea, please. Yes.
Mr. Elliott taking orders. I mean, the man. I mean,
he doesn't stop.
What can you say about him? I mean, he's taking orders. He's doing the warehouse, which we'll talk about here in just a little bit as well. But Kurt, up front, you all again went toe to toe with them. As the game went on, you all sort of wore them down. Things that you all saw and were able to exploit is to get the win. And what was your thoughts about the game as a whole?
I mean, we kind of knew coming in it was just going to be, down block, kick out, hit the holes. And, I mean, I don't think we really did a good job of that. Starting out, I thought we came out a little flat. But, I mean, as the game progressed, like you said, I thought we wore them down some. And, I mean, just correct the mistakes and keep rolling.
Mr. Davidson, what again? Everybody sort of talked about that you came out flat foot. Why was that? I mean, was it the
I just don't think we were mentally ready. We kind of goofed around all day. We didn't prepare ourselves like we should.
It's because of the radio stuff. It's because of us, right?
No, I mean, some of us thought it was going to be easy, and they came out and kind of punched us in the mouth.
Again, like you said, a couple of. They got a couple passes there and some sort of blown coverages. Coach, as we sort of get through that, now you've got Wise Central coming up. It's senior night. Of course, we'll talk to the seniors here. What does this night mean for you as a staff and as you prepare for Wise Central and sort of the emotion of a good, a season that's coming down, to hear the final game at Legion Field?
Well, I mean, anytime this point in the year, the end's coming sooner or later. You don't know exactly when it is. We're getting ready to lose a great group of guys. But, I try not to think about that part of it as much as, all the times we've had together, the fun stuff that we've done. They've worked hard. I'm very proud of them for what they've done this season, and we're not done.
Right.
I mean, our bar is set high, and it's been set high for years here, and these guys have took a hold of it and started running with it. So, I mean, they're a great group of guys. I mean, good leaders, all 13 of them. They've come to work every day. I mean, you just can't say, words can't describe what they've done this year. And it's, just watching them grow as men. They're becoming young men. And, I'm just proud of everything they do and what they stand for.
John, well, again, senior night, last time you're walking out, maybe at Legion Field, your thoughts again as you prepare for Friday night?
Honestly, it came faster than I kind of expected it to, and I thought it was going to last a lifetime, but now it rolled around and it's here. But I want to go out on Legion Field with a bang, get a good win, come out and play hard, like it's going to be my last play every time.
Mr. Gibson, your thoughts, senior night?
I mean, like John said, it got here a lot faster than anybody could expect. Everybody tells you, enjoy it, but you don't really realize until it's gone how fast it goes by. I mean, I still remember that first time running out against Richlands freshman year. That don't feel like it was just a week ago or something. But.
And that's the advantage or disadvantage, I guess, sitting
like they said, I mean, it was snapped the finger and it was here. I mean, it went by a whole lot quicker than we thought.
So we'll start with you this time going around. Your thoughts on Wise Central, what you've seen on film, a good football team that, again, like you've got them here on senior night, but what have you seen and what are some things that